Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, it's Harris. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. This is Johnson. He's got it. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 48 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now a first down carry for Harris. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Banjo. Easy. March 49.
Now Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
You draw Corker. Hey, Foxtrot.
54, right there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Costello got a man. It's complete. Williams 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
11 yards there, first down. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McCrary. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week. On 2nd down now. McCrary. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. And he'll get this all the way down to the Chiefs' 9. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Mahomes now on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. They run the counter. It's Harris. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up, and then some. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Down. 30 base.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, hey. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Move.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
I'm trying to collect.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Costello. And an alley to run. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Hill on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Rush in.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
60 outlaw.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Back to throw. Costello. Complete. It's Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Hey, Steve 6.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Yo.
On third down, Costello, and caught by Henry. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Let's go.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Check nickel. Kill.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go. Snap.
Operating from the gun, Costello, buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
General West. Hey, Charlie.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Boom! That's how we do
it. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, exit. Rock it. Jumper. Get it.
To throw on second down, Costello, and his throw's going to be incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey, check. Ready?
Throwing on third and long. Costello. Now they go screen. It's complete. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were...
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for KC, 59 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Throwing on second and 14. Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 good yards here on the run, and now third down.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
From the 27, Mahomes. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Going for it all. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On first down, McCrary. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
On first down, Costello. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Point after, right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. McCrary, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Pilot, 64, weak. Yep. 55.
From the gun, Costello. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well.
50, plant.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Ready?
Throwing on first down. Costello. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
First down.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McCrary, and that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Looking to throw on second down. Costello, and that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Let's go!
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass up. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, this is Harris. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that'll make this a 7-point game. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Looking to throw. Costello. Got his man. It's Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll try the left side. McCrary. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Switch!
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Hey, wahoo!
Check right 54. Right, get down.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. They've got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nicole Hardman, 81 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid.
Hey. Hey, let go. Hey, fine.
On 1st and 10, Costello. He completes it to Henry. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This offense so far on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go! Let's go!
On the ready.
Right there.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, watch that.
Operating from the gun, Costello. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Go!
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Mike's 5'4".
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 5'4".
To throw on second down, Costello, flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. 33 yards that time. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Smooth. Go.
Back to throw. Costello. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom. Zoom.
From the gun, Costello. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. That one goes for 30 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
60 Pittsburgh.
That's got to be a long day. That's got to be a long day.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
I Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 of the 24. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
2nd and 3. And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 36. Nice
Big 3. 218. Chop it.
Watch the flat.
Now.
Watch the flat. Motion. Flat. Jack. Mike 5-4. Mike.
Hey, Charlie.
5-4. Here we go. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
2nd and 14. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Yellow.
Oh, here we go.
On first down, it's Harris. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
17-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Switch out.
They run again with Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Chiefs, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for London, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.